We think of toxins, lead, mercury, alcohol, but stress in the environment is every bit as damaging to the brain as the chemical toxins. Stressful environments are impacting children's emotional development and their mental health, their cognition, and their ability to learn. We've got to prevent that very early because by the time a child gets to preschool, the architecture of the brain is already different.
Victor, that's too hard.
Gentle, Vic. Tasha, he's still been doing this a lot? Mm-hmm. Did you tell his doctor?
So it might just be something to calm him down.
That's his self-soothing.
What we now know about the brain is that if you have a primary caregiver who has a nurturing, responsive relationship with the child, that relationship actually prevents the brain damage. And there have been many studies that showed how powerful that nurturing relationship was. So that's what Child First is all about.
We called New Haven yesterday about the other shelters and stuff, right?
You might have the possibility of going there, but you have to call every day.
You need to look at a child with an ecological approach. We had families which have such severe challenges: maternal depression, substance use, homelessness, domestic violence, severe poverty. All of those are going to greatly influence the environment in which that child lives and the parents' ability to nurture and support their child's development.
How are you?
Hi, Samir.
How are you feeling about having your new place?
It's gonna be a struggle from check to check.
Our goal is to stabilize families, to connect them to community resources so that they are prepared really to be nurturing and facilitating the growth of their child.
Shiloh was not a happy baby at all. She wouldn't smile, she wouldn't talk, didn't play at all. But at that time, that's when I was suffering my postpartum. And I was going through a lot at that time. We were about to be evicted. I didn't have a job. Me and her dad was going through some things. But that's how I got to know Child First, was the depression.
Shiloh, can you help put the potatoes away?
When we first come to a family, the most important thing is the engagement. Once we've engaged our family and we have an alliance with our family, our clinical work is beginning.
Hola, Joshua. Hola, Julie. Vinimos a jugar.
Child First is very unique among the home visiting models because we actually send both a care coordinator and a master's level mental health and developmental clinician. It enables us to have one person with the child while someone else is interviewing the parent.
Julie es mamá también ahora. ¿Y cómo es para ustedes?
Our first goal is to try to find these children as early as possible. So we have to have relationships with all of the community providers who see young families, sometimes even prenatally if they've identified the mom as depressed.
These are some feeling books. When I'm feeling angry, when I'm feeling scared. Has he been feeling scared?
Child First, by them coming out on a week-to-week basis, help. Shiloh, she's gotten a whole lot better. She's done a phenomenal job. She talks, she laughs. She came a long way.
The Robert Wood Johnson Foundation was absolutely critical in our growth. We have gone from a little community-based program that said we've got to do things differently, we've got to think outside the box, to an established program in the state of Connecticut.
Now, we look at our kids much more holistically and not just as a child welfare agency, because we can prevent the problems now or we can pay for it later.
Hi, Elizabeth. How you doing?
Child First is in all of our regions. Our workers are thrilled with it. They're thrilled to work with Child First. They do referrals to Child First because we so embrace what it does. And the results speak for themselves.
Butterfly, yeah. Bees.
At the end of the day, when you look at your babies and you see that they're healthy, they're happy, they're, playful, you've done your job.